Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Sonaya tena dhara bimba bhasha.
Sonai tena dhara bimba bhasha.
Pratyar arihayantam sunasena subhrava.
Pratyarhayantam sunasena subhrava.
And someone recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Sonaitena dharabimba bhasa.
Sonaitena dharabimba bhasa.
Pratyarhayantam sunasena subhrava.
Pratyarhayantam sunasena subhrava.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Can someone else, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Mukhena lokarti harasmitena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Parispurat kundala manditena.
Sonaitena dharabimba bhasa.
Sonaitena dharabimba bhasa.
Pratyarhayantam sunasena subhrava.
Pratyarhayantam sunasena subhrava.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Translation. He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows. So we are still on the bank of Ganga, hearing a conversation between Mahatma Vidura and Maitreya Rishi, the exalted Maitreya Rishi. We are there. We are very fortunate to hear this conversation because they both are exalted personalities. So, did you yesterday read the questions which Vidura asked? Can someone answer? Did you all read the questions yesterday which Vidura asked?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mata.
No, we didn't read the questions.
Okay. Yes, let's go through that questions because they're really amazing questions. Because our spiritual, everything starts with questions actually. Our Vedanta Sutras just say, Athato Brahma Jignasa. Now is the time to inquire about Brahman. So Karma Yogi, they inquire about matter, material energy. Dhyanis, Jnanis, and devotees, they inquire about Brahman, that which is eternal. So Dhyana yogis, they inquire about Paramatma, localized Paramatma. And Jnanis, they inquire about impersonal Brahman, undifferentiated impersonal Brahman. And devotees inquire about Bhagavan. So here, Vidura, he is a devotee. So he's inquiring about Bhagavan. A devotee is superior to Dhyanis and Jnanis because when devotee inquires about Bhagavan, he also gets information about Brahman and Paramatma. He gets complete, wholesome. Not only about Brahman and Paramatma, he also gets information about the matter also. Matter, space, time, everything. Internal energy and external energy. Because when you inquire about Bhagavan, you get a wholesome knowledge. Okay. So here Mahatma Vidura is asking about Bhagavan. So at the end of previous chapter, in 7th chapter, Maitreya Rishi was explained about Virat Rup of Lord manifest, all the planetary systems and various senses and tanmatras, working senses, acquiring senses. So then how all the indriyas are formed, different body parts are formed, and how the planetary systems are formed, and how the varnashramas are created from the head, from the belly, from the thighs, from the legs. So after that, can you see my screen here?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so Atma Vidura asks more questions. He says that the Purusha incarnation is lying on the causal ocean, okay? And in his Virat Roop, all the planets and all the jivas have been manifested, okay? So, O great Brahmana, O Maitreya Rishi, you have told me about gigantic Virat Roop, sense objects and 10 kinds of life here. Can you now kindly explain to me different powers or specific divisions? Says, how his sons, grandsons and family members have spread all over the universe. So Krishna created the universe, okay, through Brahma, and now he has to populate the universe. So how the sons of Brahma, grandsons of Brahma, all the family members have been created all over the universe. How demigods named Prajapati and Brahma established various manus. These are all questions Vidura is asking to Maitreya Rishi. Please describe the descendants of those manus. Then how the planets are situated above the earth as well as underneath the structure of the cosmos. So there are 14 planetary systems. They are 7 above, 6 above the earth, and 8 below earth. Okay? And also please mention the measurement as well as that of earthly planets, how far they are from each other. Also please describe different classification of species, subhuman, humans, those born from embryo, those born from perspiration, those born from eggs, birds, plants and vegetables, their generation and subdivisions. And also please explain about the Gunavataras, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. Okay? And also explain about the Varnashrama and the human behavior and yoga and sense control. And also describe the birth of great sages and the division of Vedas. And please also, so everything is questions here. Also describe the expansion of different sacrifices and path of mystic yoga. Like all the fire sacrifices, like Ashwamedha Yajna, Vajpayee Yajna, Somayaja Yajna, to go to heavenly planets, and also to get siddhis by doing Ashtanga yoga, and by doing studies, Jnana yoga, and doing bhakti. So describe all these paths. And also talk about the faceless atheist, their contradictions, their imperfections, and the situation of crossbreeding and movements of living entities in various species of life. And also talk about dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the 4 purusharthas, and the law and order. And explain about how to respect forefathers and how the Pitriloka is created, and the schedule of planets, stars, and luminaries, like galaxies, so many things, and their respective situations. And also explain about the fruits that we get by doing charity and penance, by digging reservoir waters. And please describe the situation of persons who are away from home, like Varnashrama or Sannyasi. Okay. And also talk about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Ishvara, the father of all religions. Kindly describe how we can satisfy Krishna. So also talking about spiritual masters, Guru Tattva. Talk about how dissolution happens, how all material energy gets destroyed. And when everything gets destroyed, what survives to serve the Lord while he's asleep? And what are the truths regarding Jivas and Krishna? What is Jiva? What is Krishna? What are their identities? What are the specific values in the knowledge in the Vedas? And what is the necessity for spiritual master and disciples? So in this way, he asked like 20, 30 questions, Mahatma Vidura, to Maitreya Rishi. Like if you can meditate on each question, it's very, that itself gives a lot of satisfaction actually. So after that, then Maitreya Rishi becomes so happy when Vidura is asking all these questions. He becomes very happy, and he starts answering the questions one by one. So all these questions now Maitreya Rishi will start talking for a lengthy of time. So that's when the Bhagavatam is starting. Now that's what you read yesterday. So now when Maitreya Rishi starts speaking Bhagavad Puran for the benefit of all the Jivas. So, but how, from where Maitreya Rishi heard Bhagavatam? So, he heard Bhagavatam from a Bhagavad Parampara, which is coming from Lord Sankarshan himself. Okay, so it is mentioned in the beginning of this chapter, 8th chapter, that we have Sanat Kumara. There are 4 Kumaras. So Sanat Kumara is a main Kumara. He, along with his sages, went to the bottom of the universe. Bottom of the universe, Lord Sankarshan is holding the universe on his hoods. So Sankarshan is Anantadev. He has thousands of hoods. Okay, on the hoods, he is holding the universe, this one universe. Sanat Kumara, along with all the sages, they go to meet Anantadev. At that time, when they reached and saw Anantadev was meditating on Krishna, because the Lord of Anantadev is Krishna. And Anantadev is actually partial plenary expansion, an expansion of plenary portion of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, whose appearance day is tomorrow, that we are celebrating. So Nityananda Prabhu is Avatari, he is Anshi. From him, many Anshas are coming. And Anantadev is one partial expansion of that Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram himself. Balaram Hoilo Nitai is not different. Nitai is not expansion of Balaram. He is Balaram himself. Okay. From him, Mula Sankarshan comes. From Mula Sankarshan again comes Purusha Avataras. Karodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. And from him comes again Anantadev, Sheshanagar Anantadev. So all the Guna Avataras, all the Purusha Avataras, and all the paraphernalia of Krishna are all Nityananda Prabhu's expansions. Nityananda Prabhu's expansions. So that expansion of Nityananda Prabhu, who is Anantadev, the bottom of the universe, he is meditating on Krishna. Okay. Then when Sanat Kumara and all the sages appeared there and they were offering prayers, then Lord slightly opened his lotus-like eyes and began to speak. He slightly opened because he's very intoxicated. When we see Mahadev, his eyes are slightly open. It's not completely open, not completely closed, slightly open. So in this way, Anantadev also opens his eyes and he began to speak. He saw that the sages have wet hair. The hair is wet because they traveled through Ganga. So this Ganga is entering into the universe. Vamandev, when he puts a crack into the universe, in the Brahmanda, the water comes, the Karana ocean water comes into the universe, as in the form of Ganga, and it goes to the lower planetary system, from Brahma Loka to Patal Loka. So the sages took the path of Ganga, celestial Ganga, and reached Anantadev. That's why all their hairs are wet. So all these 4 Kumaras and all the rishis, they were offering prayers, and the jewels on the hoods of Anantadev, they were glowing. And he raised his 1,000 hoods actually. So it's so beautiful to see that. And then Lord Sankarshan spoke Srimad Bhagavatam there. to Sanat Kumara. Okay. Then Sanat Kumara spoke the same Srimad Bhagavatam to Sankhayana Muni. And Sankhayana Muni spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to his disciples Parasara Muni and Brihaspati. And Parasara Muni spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Pulasya Muni and Maitreya Rishi. So see this Bhagavat Parampara, we have Anantadev to Sanat Kumara to Sankhayana Muni, Sankhayana Muni to Parasara Muni to Maitreya Rishi. So this is already spoken. So this is the line that we have. There's one more Bhagavat Parampara, which is coming from Vyasadev, Shukdev Goswami, and Sutta Goswami and Shaunaka Rishi, like that. So we know at least 2 Bhagavat Paramparas officially. So then they're still continuing all those Bhagavat Paramparas. So this is Anantadev is always intoxicated in Krishna Prem. So that's the same Anantadev. He is actually Lakshmana when he came with Ramachandra. He is Balaram when he's with Krishna. Now he's Nitai when he's Mahaprabhu. And he also has Acharya Swarup as Sri Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya is Anantadev. He is Anantadev himself in Acharya Swarup. So actually it is mentioned that I remember one pastime of Ramanujacharya that he was destroying the Advaitavada and the Buddhist and Jainist philosophy in South India, and he went to a place called in the village near Melkote. Okay, it's near Mysore actually. I've been there. So he went there, and there some Buddhist Mayavadis challenged him. There are like actually thousands of them actually. Then Ramanujacharya told that I'll debate with you. If I win, you all have to become Vaishnavas. Then Buddhists agreed. Yes, we will become Vaishnavas if you defeat us. They thought their philosophy is very strong. So okay, then they assembled. There were like thousands of them. And Ramanujacharya is with his servant, only 2 of them. So it is like a really daunting task for Ramanujacharya. And Ramanujacharya said that I cannot speak. I only have one mouth. I cannot speak to thousands of people. There are thousands of questions. So he says that I have to come up with my Ananta Shesha Swarup. So he asked to put a curtain. So and he's behind the curtain, and all the Buddhists are other side of the curtain. Okay, and then Ramanujacharya manifested his 1,000-hooded Anantadev's form. It was seen only by his disciple because it was evening time. He lit a lamp, and in the shadow he saw the 1,000 hoods of snake. And when these Buddhists, they thought that he's just hiding himself. Maybe if he get defeated, he will run away from there itself. We will not show his face. So they thought, okay, let you have a curtain. We will ask questions from this side. And they asked questions. One person asked one by one question. He was answering. Then they were kind of on the defeating end, Buddhist. So everybody started asking questions. They were shouting and screaming. Then Anantadev, Ramanujacharya, answered all the questions at once, as if 1,000 people are talking. And everybody got really scared and they ran away from there. And then next day morning, they all came down and said, we all our answers, we got all the answers, and we apologize for disrespecting you. Then they all became Vaishnavas. So that is the glory of Anantadev. So he's with 1,000 mouths, he's speaking the glories of the Lord. Okay. So in this way, we got that we are hearing Bhagavatam from Maitreya Rishi coming from Anantadev himself. Okay. So Maitreya Rishi starts speaking that he has to pick a point to explain the pastime of Srishti Leela. So because it's eternal Leela, so he has to pick a point. He picked a point where Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is lying in the ocean in the Garbha ocean. Okay? It is a water of dissolution. When dissolution happens, that water rises actually. Okay? So at this time, all the planetary systems are in water. And Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu is in the water. You can see the picture here. So he just lying down, and he lied down for actually 4 kalpas. 4 kalpa means 4 multiply 1000 divya yugas. Means 4000 yugas, divya yugas. That means that is equal to 4 days of Brahma. He was lying down. Okay, and there was again, then after the end of the fourth, there was impetus in his navel. Because of the impetus of creative force, the sum total of kala, the time, and the karma of all the jivas who are in his navel, they sprouted as a lotus from his navel. Okay, then it started growing, and the stem started growing, and and then at the end, this beautiful lotus has been created. Okay, then that first living creature, Brahma, was born. So this whole lotus is actually Virat Roop, which we discussed previously. Okay, this whole lotus stem and lotus is Virat Roop. The lotus is Brahmaloka actually. Then all other lokas are part of this stem, and Patal Loka is very close to the navel of the Lord, where Adidev is there. Yeah, and then when Brahma was born, he was confused. He's all dark, and this sort of sound of water is coming. So he just searches. He's searching here and there. He's looking here and there. He's looking everywhere. Who am I? From where did I come from? So he has a father, but not a mother. So he actually saw this stem going down. So he goes down and down and down. He cannot get to the bottom of it. It's so unlimited. This whole universe it's so big that it feels like infinity. Then out of the effect of Kala, he gets scared by the potency of the Kala, time, which is like death. So again, he goes back up to the lotus. He sits there and closes his eyes and start doing tapasya, meditation. He hears the word tapa. He starts meditating. He meditating for 1000 celestial years, 100 celestial years, 100 celestial years. And then at the end of that, he sees Lord in his heart. And then he sees Lord in front of him, like the way that you are seeing right now in the picture. So Brahma is here, and he sees Lord with Anantadev and the waters of devastation. And Lord is so beautiful. He compared it like a mountain, like a beautiful mountain with lot of precious stones and waterfalls. It's very nice explanation actually. Yeah, Lord shows his, before let's go to that verse. Yeah, like a coral mountain. It's very beautiful, dressed by evening sky. The yellow dress of the Lord mocked his beauty. There's a gold on the summit of mountain, but the Lord's helmet bedecked with the jewels and mocked it. The mountain's waterfall herbs with panorama of flowers seem like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves mocked the scene of the mountain. There's a comparing with the mountain, coral mountain, and the Lord's beauty, Garbhodaksha Vishnu. His body is unlimited in length and breadth. It occupied all the planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. It is illuminating. Then Lord showed his lotus feet by raising them. He showed his lotus feet to Brahma. So then, because that is what he was meditating on, Lord Brahma. You want to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. And because once we attain lotus feet of the Lord, we become fearless. Brahma was completely fearful actually that time. He didn't know what was happening. When he saw the Lord, when he saw the lotus feet of the Lord, and then the transcendental rays are coming out from his toenails and fingernails, they're like petals. His toenails, and they're like petals, and they're shining with transcendental rays. Then when Brahma saw the face, he saw the feet first, then he saw the face of the Lord, and the Lord was smiling. The Lord was smiling, his beautiful smile. He had four hands, was holding his Shankha, Chakra, Gada, and Padma, and Anantadev, and his reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, and was dazzling with the rays from his lips and his beautiful nose and eyebrows. Then when Lord Brahma saw that I have seen my Lord, my father, my mother, all his distress is gone. He was alone. Just imagine, someone is alone, it's dark, and no one is around. And suddenly he sees a beautiful person in front of him, Lord himself, and he's smiling. All the distress is gone. All the distress. So here it is mentioned that Brahma did devotional service for 100 celestial years. Then he got darshan of the Lord. Yes, we also have this experience, when we go to Vrindavan, when we go to Jagannath Puri, or when we go to Tirumala, we take a long journey. We are in so distressed, we are so tired. But when we have darshan of the Lord, when we see the face of the Lord, all our distress is gone. So that is what tapasya it is. Devotees, they do tapasya to go somewhere. They go to Holy Dham. And when they reach, devotees take a lot of effort to go there. And when they reach and they see the smiling face of the Lord, all their anxiety, distress, problems in their life, everything is gone. They just see the smiling face of the Lord. And that is what is devotional services. And since Krishna has seen the effort that you are putting to come to him, Krishna reciprocates. Krishna doesn't know how to reciprocate, because devotee doesn't want anything. If a materialistic guy goes to Lord and prays, he'll give him something and send him away. But devotee doesn't want anything from the Lord. So he takes so much pain to go to the Lord, and Lord sees that. He wants to reciprocate, but devotee doesn't want anything from him. So he just smiles. He shows a beautiful smile, and that itself, it doesn't know how to repay. So he smiles. I don't know how to repay. So by seeing the smile, or beautiful smile of the Lord, the devotee becomes so happy, so satisfied. And seeing that, Lord becomes satisfied. And Lord says that since you're not asking anything, let be this your reward. So devotee always want to see Lord pleased, satisfied, and always smiling and happy. And when Lord is pleased and satisfied and smiling, and devotee becomes pleased and satisfied and happy. So this a mutual reciprocation is going on. Devotee is serving, Lord is reciprocating, Lord is acknowledging. Okay, so that is the only way Lord actually cannot repay his devotees. He becomes Bhakta Adin. He becomes completely under control of devotees, because they don't ask anything material. When they don't ask anything, they don't even ask mukti, moksha. They won't even ask moksha. So Lord doesn't know what to do. Even in our scriptures, it is said that if someone just offers tulsi and Ganga water, Lord becomes indebted. Can you imagine Lord who has Lakshmi Devi with him? He becomes indebted just because you offered some water and tulsi to his lotus feet. So Lord is Bhakta Adin, and he doesn't know how to repay, especially the residents of Vrindavan. He doesn't know how to repay them. Lord Ramachandra doesn't know how to repay Lord Hanuman. Just the only way he repays is allow him to do more service. So Hanuman is doing more and more service, and Ramachandra He's just giving him, allowing him to do more and more service, because that is the only way he can repay. Lord Hanuman does not want anything else. He himself is he's a mystic yogi and a pure devotee of Lord Ramchandra. He doesn't need anything else. He's a brahmachari. And all, what to speak of the residents of Vrindavan, Mother Yashoda, she doesn't want anything from Krishna. She just wants to see Krishna nicely fed, happy, safe, always playing, smiling. What to, even we see that in this world as well, in material world. Mother, she doesn't want anything from the child. She wants the child to be happy, healthy, playing, satisfied. So when mother sees that, she also becomes happy and satisfied. So we can get that little reflection of that in this world. The true love that we can see. Prabhupada said that the love between mother and child. All other love is conditioned, and it's not really love actually. It is lust. The only true love, if you examine very closely, is mother and child. Okay. So Mother Yashoda is like that, and even gopis, they are so selfless. They don't want anything. So during Gopi Geet, during Ras Leela, when Krishna leaves the Ras Leela and he goes away with Srimati Radharani, and again he leaves Srimati Radharani and goes away and hides, then he sees the devotion of all the gopis. They're all doing Sankirtan on the bank of Ganga, on the bank of Yamuna, led by Srimati Radharani. And they were all mimicking the pastimes of Lord, how he killed all the demons. And Krishna was seeing all these things behind the bushes. And he was so pleased by their Sankirtan, by their worship, that he was forced to come out to give darshan. Then they all sit together. Krishna is sitting in the center, and all the gopis surrounded Krishna. And they discuss. Krishna says that I cannot repay you. Napareham. It's a very famous words of Krishna in Bhagavatam to gopis. I'm unable to repay you. I cannot ever repay you. So let be your satisfaction in serving me, be your payment. And Krishna thinks after that how much satisfaction, how much bliss these gopis get, Srimati Radharani gets in serving me. What kind of bliss she gets by looking at my beauty, and how she is relishing love with me. So Krishna is really God who knows everything, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, who knows everything, doesn't know the heart of Srimati Radharani. So to know the heart of Srimati Radharani, he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu, Vrindavan pastimes are incomplete in a way. They can only be completed by Navadvip pastimes, by Mahaprabhu's pastimes, because there are still certain things which Krishna wants to relish. So Krishna became Gauranga, Vrindavan became Navadvip, and Balaram became Nitai. Because when Krishna wants to glorify Srimati Radharani and all the gopis, Balaram also wants to know Radha Mahima of Radharani. He also wants to know, because in Vrindavan, he is as an elder brother, he is always distant from Radharani, because that is etiquette, social etiquette. So he considers Radharani as like a child. Balaram, Lord Balaram considers Radharani as a child. In Vatsalya, he's in the Vatsalya mode with Radharani. But he doesn't know the true glory of Srimati Radharani. So the same Balaram comes as Nityananda Prabhu to understand Radha Mahima. So in this way, Gaurnita has appeared again to spread the Radharani's Mahima. The same Krishna, now he wants to collect all the souls and offer to Srimati Radharani. That is his repayment. Okay? So I think we are going beyond the time. I will stop here. So anybody have any questions or reflection or comments? they can